Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slam City Wrestling SCW Season Beatings, the last show of 2027, being held in front of 732 people at the Dodge City Center. Mike and Cohen open the show, letting everyone know that tonight's going to be a huge night of wrestling action, the end of 2027, and quite possibly the most star-studded show to date here in SCW. All titles will be defended, and multiple death matches, 57 overall. Mike improvised well throughout the segment, and we got the show started off hot. All right. And about that, at superb wrestling and good heat, Atticus Kogard defeats Mance Warner in a death match with his headlock driver, 70, 49, and 71 for wrestling crowd and segment. And Atticus and Mance Warner with a 74 and 67 down the line. So the Southern Psychopath does the honors to Atticus Kogard here tonight, who gets a big victory for Vandal 48 heading into 2028. Next up, and about that had a great wrestling and a decent reaction in a six-way scramble. Gringo Loco defeated Og Blanc, Epidemus Jr., and Ricky Knight Jr., Ace Austin, and KJ Orso when Loco pinned Ricky Knight with his 450 splash. 67, 50, 47, 54, 66, 69 for Austin, Blanc, Epidemus, Knight, Loco, and Orso down the line. The crowd is warming up. Next up, but about that has superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. La Hija de Guadalbella defeated La Hydra in 10-24 with her V-trigger finish. La Hija de Guadalbella makes defense number 36 of the championship. The match did its credit and gave it a breather. 63 and 81 for La Hydra and La Hija de Guadalbella here. All right, La Hija continues her run in 2028. And about that, as superb wrestling and great heat, Joey Janela defeats Matt Cardona with his moonsault foot stomp, 63, 51, 67. These two feuded for most of 27, and we'll be moving past that. But tonight, Janela wraps it up with the victory over Matt Cardona, 65 and 62 for the duo. All right, next up, and about that, as superb wrestling and good heat, the War Dogs defeat Adrenaline Drip in 15-51 when Coughlin pinned Cappuccino Jones with a This Means War. They make defense number 5 of their SCW World Tag Team Championships. 71, 51, 73, 68 for Cartwheel Jones, Gotch, and Coughlin. Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel have great chemistry, as do Coughlin and Gotch with the tag team bonus. Kid did great work at ringside, and a 66, 45, 74 for Adrenaline Drip and War Dogs. What a great way to finish off the season as well, with them having an unbelievable run this year. All right, next up, about that, a superb reaction from the crowd. Eddie Kingston and Steel and Silk defeats Kings Road, Dempsey, Regal, and Isla Dawn when Eddie Kingston pinned Isla Dawn with the Blackout Lariat. Eddie Kingston has a broken heel now. That's not great. 73, 59, 68 for Hashishida, Nakajima, and Eddie Kingston. Kayla Ray, Isla Dawn, and Regal of Kings Road with a 61, 51, and 71. 67 overall. That's not great, Cohen. All right, next up, we get a promo with the War Dogs talking about their tag team title defense, talking about Gabe Kidd bringing the Triple Crown Championship back to War Dogs. One called Manders doesn't stand a chance. So Kidd wasn't in here. He's getting ready, and he's about to go for it. Nevertheless, Coughlin and Kidd have great chemistry. Charles Mason enjoyed the freedom, and God struggled a little bit. But nevertheless, this is going to be one hell of a show and one hell of a match here tonight with Gabe Kidd taking on the One called Manders coming up next. And in an exceptional match, the One called Manders defeats Gabe Kidd in 12:39 by pinfall with the Dr. Bomb. The match was designed to be chaotic and full of action to get the crowd going. One called Manders makes defense number 3 of his Triple Crown Championship. 78-69 for Manders and Kidd. Kidd was off his game, which was unfortunate, and he was held back by the chaotic nature of the match, unfortunately. But it was still a good match with a 75 match rating overall. All right, next up and in the main event, and about that, a superb wrestling and great heat, Pac defeats L.A. Park Jr. in 14-10 via submission with the Brutalizer. It was designed to steal the show. He makes defense number 12 of his title. with a 73-52-81 in an absolute banger of a match to end the show. 58-88 for Pac. A cryptic promo airs, a return to the indies in deathmatch wrestling. One crazy motherfucker, Joe Gacy. This flickers on screen as the match ends, followed by Pac celebrating with the ring after seeing that, setting himself as unbeatable. And as he does, a familiar theme hits. Sam Stackhouse is returning after a year and 3 months of injury. Stackhouse is returning to Slam City Wrestling. He is all healed up. 68 overall. Your show appeared worse because of our music, production, live experience, and value of one of our rivals. All right, so NXT apparently is just going to crash our ratings. Maybe we just go all in and up everything up to major so we don't see these negative ratings. But this is unfortunate because we had a great show. Probably crashed us 5 ratings overall. Bummer. Well, this was SCW season beatings from the Charles Dodge Center in front of 732 people, which I thought was a fantastic show. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a glorious rest of your day. Next event will be the first show of 2027, and we are just a few shows away from the 2028 Rocky Mountain Horror Cup. Thanks, everybody.